This is your fantasy gymnastics update after week 8 of the 2026 college gymnastics season. We're recording this on Monday, February 23rd. We're here to tell you who is a steal, who's on a bye, who's injured, who's making all the lineups, and most importantly, that you have to redo your lineups because the prices have reset. And so all of your hard work is out the window and you have to do more new hard work. So set aside some time this week. I have actually put in my schedule time to look at the new prices and figure out what on earth my team is going to be. Anyway, welcome to GymCastic, the #1 gymnastics podcast in the galaxy. I'm Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation. I'm here with Jessica. We're doing the college gymnastics fantasy update, starting with our roster bargains after week 8. So these are gymnasts who are still outperforming their price. They do not cost the maximum 7,500 gym rubles. You can get your good scores for less, starting with the all-around. Jessica, who's maybe a good gymnast who started doing the all-around this past week?
You know, Sky Blakely, who added vault at Florida.
I've heard of her.
You might have heard of her. She's very good at all the things and was a presumptive Paris Olympian until her Achilles thwarted her. But now she's back. Only 4,000 gym rubles. She's a sophomore, made her all-around debut this weekend, just getting into the all-around groove, did a Lopez vault, and has a very high ceiling. The ceiling does not exist for her. Anticipate that she will get enormous all-around scores.
Also, Anya Reed at Maryland is someone to keep in mind at 2,000 gym rubles for the all-around. Sophomore, transferred from New Hampshire, has been consistently in the all-around for Maryland with a season high of 39.35. And so if you need someone to fill out your new roster who doesn't cost a lot in the all-around, consider Anya Reed.
Ana Barbosu, our Romanian superstar at Stanford, 5,000 gym rubles. Season high of 39.5, which does not give her artistry and elegance and beautiful execution justice. She just got that this past weekend, and with the exception of 1 week, she's competed all around every week.
Yeah, my fantasy team noted that exception of 1 week. Kylie Bromley at Arizona State is at 4,000 gym rubles. Isn't always in the all-around, so keep that in mind, but does have a season high of 39.225, which is an extremely useful all-around score. So, you know, she's one of mine. I'll talk about her like a couple times because keep an eye on Kylie Bromley's scores.
Kristen Lynn at UW, 2,000 gym rubles, has competed all around at nearly every meet for Washington this season, but didn't compete all around for the first time last weekend. So be careful.
Careful.
But she's a
Tread carefully. Moving on to vault, Ava Piedrahita at Penn State is at 5,000 gym rubles in the lineup every week. The landing isn't always there, but has a 9.925 from early this season and is one of my favorite vaults to watch in terms of form execution. Form execution, not form or execution, but both form execution.
Murder that form.
Yeah.
Jessica Janicki from Arizona, 5,000 gym rubles. That's Murder Piggies, Arizona, not Arizona State. Vaults each week for Arizona, has put up a 9.85 plus 3 times this season and has a season high of 9.9.
Avery Mall at Georgia, freshman, one of our favorites who kind of emerged in last year's elite season and now is successful at Georgia as we expected. 5,000 gym rubles on vault, has been consistently since she fell the first week and has been solid since then. With her Yurchenko 1.5, has stuck it sometimes, has a couple 9.9s this season. That seems like it's become a really reliable vault and a reliable choice for your lineup or for Cecile's. And Ryan's, sorry, but you know Cecile.
Yeah, but Cecile. Jersey Bingman, which honestly at Kent State, 4,000 gym rubles. Honestly, Jersey Bingman, like it just sounds like she should be running some kind of underground organization.
Yeah, so she's going on your all names fantasy team.
She is on my all names. Or like she should all have like a C-suite office just as a standby for whatever she's doing, homework or running an empire. She's a sophomore, vault each week for Kent State, has put up a 9.8 plus 3 times this season.
Olivia Buckner at Oregon State is at 4,000 gym rubles. I'm glad that it looks like her 1.5 is really starting to find some consistency because it's been kind of an adventure the last couple of seasons, but she started to figure it out, got a season high 9,875 last week. Moving on to bars, let's talk about Leah Kamichak at Central Michigan, who's at 5,000 gym rubles, is a fifth year, has been really good on bars for a long time for Central Michigan, has a 995 this season. There have also been some misses, some low scores, some under 9.6 scores, so it is a risky selection, but, potentially a risk worth going for because the scores could really be there.
Lily Smith, you may have heard of her.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Casual Lily Smith at Georgia, 5,000 gym rubles, well worth it. Queen of bars at Georgia with good reason, has not reached her career high of a 10, but has gone 995 3 times this season. And also did a series on a beam that was 10 feet high on top of a high rise. And so she is clearly fearless and I can't even watch that because it makes my palms sweat. She is a hero.
Chloe Cho, Illinois. We also talked about her on the main show this week. She is in the all-around top 5, but bars in particular, 5,000 gym rubles, already has 3 995s so far this season and is, obviously going to be in the lineup because it's Chloe Cho. So go for that one.
Kaylin Chio at LSU, 4,000 gym rubles is such a steal for her because she's on the 10. I want to say a 10 slide because we've been watching too much Winter Olympics.
Yeah,
no,
10 slides
on a 10 rising elevation surfboard of
sure.
That's all I can think about. Okay. Has a few misses from the beginning of the season, but has since gone 9.9 plus 3 weeks in a row, season high of 9.925, which she got this week. And as you know, she is one of the best gymnasts on everything in the NCAA, if not the best all-rounder.
McKenna Smith at Utah, 4,000 gym rubles, senior at Utah, excellent on bars. Sometimes I think her scores get a little stonewalled because that's not the word I'm looking for. She's in the leadoff position and sometimes the scores aren't as high as they could be for her bars routine is what I'm saying. It's really good and really clean, but she does have a career high of 9.975, has reached 9.9 this season. If you're betting on Utah getting it together and having some big meets where everyone's getting some big scores, I would bet on her bars because it warrants the scores visually, even if they don't always come. Let's talk beam. Addison Feta at Oklahoma, 5,000 gym rubles. So here's the thing. If you can get an Oklahoma beamer for under the maximum of 7,500, do it anytime that is available. Because, yeah, she has been leading off for Oklahoma lately, but can still get a 9.9 because it's the Oklahoma leadoff beam position. And she hasn't scored lower than 9.85. So she's also showing some reliability for your beam lineup, which is always important because sometimes people fall. Have you heard that the balance beam is only 4 inches wide, allegedly? I just heard that from a commentator for the first time this weekend.
No one's ever said that before. I don't believe you.
Huh.
Avery Neff at Utah, 5,000 gym rubles, has the coolest elements, even though she took one of them out. But we're okay because we got to see it like 3 times, and that's fun. And that's what we love about the Utah program. They might have some dumpster fire scores a little bit, but they do fun things. And now they're back on the rise. Had a slow start, Avery Neff did, to the season with a 9.775 and a 9.65, but went 9.95 3 weeks in a row, you guys.
There's the lesson. Stop doing interesting things so you can get a 9.95. This is our weekly opportunity to talk about Maggie Slife, who is at Air Force, 4,000 gym rubles on beam. She's been setting Air Force all-around records like every week, so it's worth it to pick any of the events, but we're going with beam this week because you could still get it for 4,000 gym rubles. Has been 9.9 twice so far this season on beam, which is her career high.
What I love about Air Force is they're like, no one's broadcasting our meets really, so we're just going to do an Instagram live of the whole thing. You can hear everything people are saying. You can just it's like you're right next to them because you are by the person holding the phone. Jasmine Crawley of Alabama.
Crawley is from Downton Abbey.
My God, I always want to put someone in that family and give them an estate in England. Jasmine, you deserve it. 4,000 gym rubles. Freshman in Alabama lineup every week has put up 9-9 plus 4 times this season.
Okay, I'm talking about Kylie Bromley at Arizona State again. 2,000 gym rubles on beam in the lineup for Arizona State every week. Does have a season high of 985. So in your risk reward valuation, consider Kylie Bromley because there are some, consistency issues, but also season high 985.
We have a couple things around here at Gymcastic just to keep you happy, just to give you what you love. And you guys really liked our games.
That makes it seem like we're all cranky. And you have to give us a thing to keep us distracted from not throwing a tantrum at the mall again.
Well, if you've ever been stuck on one of those long car rides to a gymnastics meet and you don't know what to do with yourself, or you're just waiting in the seats and you're like, oh my God, when is this going to start? We have, and you love games like the Wordle and those kind of like word searches, like you do, Spencer. You do your family crossword puzzle nights. We have gymnastics versions of that because gymnastics fans deserve the best things. So we have the Gymdle that is updated daily. We have the Gymternet news quiz. We have a crossword, word search, all the stuff, all gymnastics related, a little sprinkle of Gymcastic legend in there as well. And it's very fun. It's easy. It's free to Club Gym Nerd members. So we hope you guys like it and we welcome your feedback. You can check it out at gymcastic.com/games. And there's a little teaser game. In addition to this, we have this Club Gym Nerd that supports the show and helps us pay the bills and keep the lights on. And we have things that we offer this club to say thank you. And one of those things is a whole extra podcast to answer your questions and just chit chat every single week, rain or shine, college season or elite season or no season at all, like when we started this during the pandemic. And this week, our College and Cocktails meet, where we pick a meet, watch it, and then all scream about the scores afterwards, is Friday, February 27th, after the Georgia at Kentucky meet. So you can join us at 5 p.m. Pacific. It's early. And the drink is the Code Hacker. So I will be having the mocktail version, and Fact Checker will be having the spicy version that has the alcohol in it. And Spencer, we never know what he's going to do.
Neither do I. That's a post-live blog in the moment decision.
And if you're playing fantasy, and you can join anytime because there are winners every single week, with the price updates, we tried to distribute the prices more. So you'll see more 2,000 gym ruble gymnasts, for example.
Moving on to floor, Deanna Sharametta is at George Washington, 4,000 gym rubles, is a senior. Overall, I think people have been ignoring George Washington gymnasts because they're not having their best season team score-wise, but they still have some real highlights, and Deanna Sharametta is one of them, has put up 9-9 plus scores twice this season on floor, and does have a career high 995.
Nyla Aquino at Georgia, 4,000 gym rubles, consistently puts up a 9.925 on floor.
Morgan Price, Arkansas, got a 10 on vault this week, but we're talking about floor right now because she's still only 2,000 gym rubles there, mostly because of that time when both the prices fell on floor at Florida, which makes it seem like she gets lower scores than she does. But she does have a season high of 9.875, has a couple other 9.85s 3 times this season. When she was at Fisk, she got a 9.925, so we know the potential is there.
Kayla DiCello at Florida, 2,000 gym rubles, a steal! 2,000 gym rubles. How did this happen?
Because you don't know if she's going to be in the. Is she going to be in the lineup? You don't know.
By my feelings, she should be. She made her return to floor last week, only put up a 9.75, but it was her first time. Just calm down. She's going to be fine. But she's Kayla DiCello, so you should not count her out.
Okay. Selena Harris-Miranda, 5,000 gym rubles on floor. We all know she's great. If you got set in your lineup early in the season, you forgot about her floor because she wasn't in the floor lineup for the first few weeks of the year. And so if you figured out your team and then you were like, oh, well, I have my floor team set, but now you have to redo your lineup. Remember Selena Harris, because she is, Selena Harris and is good at all the events and has 3.99 plus scores on floor. So, her hits are always going to be great scores. So, remember to revisit if you were like, I got burned early on, which is autobiographical because she was in my floor lineup for like the beginning of the season and then she didn't do floor.
And if she gets a 10 on floor, that's the only 10 she's missing to have a gym slam. And then if you're playing fantasy, you get a special badge for her
Whoa,
gym slam. Not only
that's
can
very
you pick a
important.
Leo, a custom Leo for your team, but you get a special badge for things. Okay. Only if she's in your lineup, though. You don't just unlock this.
You just
You have
get,
to
yeah,
put her on floor.
you don't just get a courtesy badge.
Don't
You have to
think
do
we're just
something.
giving things out to people
Just
for
to
show.
throw,
No
yeah,
participation badges in
really,
this fantasy
really.
league. How do the people play the fantasy if they're not playing?
They make sure to set their lineup for week 9.
That felt personal, Spencer.
It was personal. Thank you for understanding my tone.
Great.
Week 9 fantasy lineups lock Friday, February 27th at 2:45 p.m. Pacific time. Remember, once again, you do have to reset your lineup. So even if you already had a lineup, the prices have reset, the lineups have reset, so you have to submit a new lineup if you want to get a score this week. So, or if you were like, oh, I'm doing really poorly this whole season and I've kind of lost energy, everything's brand new. New lineup. Start over. It's never too late. Should we do some league news?
Let's
do some league news. Our week 7 winner was UCLA 8 Clap. The current week 8 leader is Too Far from the Bar.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that name.
You might be but if you're too far from the bar, you're probably not going to win week 8. KJ Kindler's Horse Farm is still our season leader.
And has chosen the best leotard, by the way. To represent. I'm glad to see more leotards in the lineup now, because why would you not choose a leotard when you can? For your avatar, for the fantasy league.
Yes. Price of a 10. This is how much it would have cost to have a 10 on your roster last week. Spoiler alert, it cost a lot, because Kaylin Chio's routines are, the top on Vault and Beam are 7,500 gym rubles. Avery Nuff's Vault is also the top, 7,500. But Morgan Price's Vault was at 5,000 gym rubles. So you could have gotten that 10.0 for under 7,500. League stats. We had one change on our most rostered list. Jordan Childs all around is still the most selected choice, but Azarera Akbar's bars moved into the 2nd position. So that was the big news. Very interested, because I'm a nerd, to see what happens next week with the price change. And if we see some dramatic changes in who is the most popular selection.
Which Kamara Williams should be in everyone's lineup. That's all I'm saying. Going into week 9, buys, injuries, looking ahead. Sophia Bell, unfortunately at Auburn, tore her Achilles. Ashley Knight at NC State, shin splints, out for the season. At buys this week, Alaska and Clemson has a bye this week. 2 meets in week 9. This is very important, because the best thing about 2 meets in 1 week is that you get the highest scores from the 2. So Alabama, Arizona State, LSU, Maryland, NC State, Sac State, San Jose State, Southern Utah, Temple, Townsend, Utah State, and West Virginia all have 2 meets this weekend. So we will see you all on Friday night, February 27th, after the Georgia at Kentucky meet for College and Cocktails. Join us at 5 p.m. Pacific. The drink is Code Hacker. The recipe is on our website. And if you can't make it live, that's okay. You can add it to your favorite podcast player, and the drink menu and the schedule and everything you need is at gymcastic.com. So until then, remember to spend your gym rubles wisely, and may the Beam Witch be with you. Has put up a 9-9 plus 4 times this week. Jasmine Colley.
Or this season. She got 4 9-9s on Beam this week, you guys. She was most of the lineup. No one's ever done that before. It is breathtaking.